Good evening, YouTube. Going to do a few movie review for you on Gran Torino as a request to one of my recent subscribers. Now, I couldn't actually find the copy I have, or if I still own it, I don't know. But I do remember I have seen Gran Torino years ago when it first came out. And I think it's quite a good film. It's got some fairly good selling points, which I'll try and go over with you as best I can. It's a Clint Eastwood film. It's directed and stars Clint Eastwood, and the basic storyline tells the story of Walt Kowalski, played by Clint Eastwood, and a young Hmong boy, I believe I'm pronouncing that right, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, called Tao. T-A-O, I believe it's spelled, so I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right as well, who gets taken under the wing of Walt Kowalski and taught, certain lessons in life on how to be a man. Now, it has a really intriguing plot twist towards the end, which I'm not going to spoil for you. But it gets titled Gran Torino is the title from the car that a car that Walt owns. It's his pride and joy, which is a 1972 Gran Torino, I believe. Beautiful car, by the way, if you're into muscle cars. And basically, one of the selling points that I feel is that's there in this movie is this movie is filled with racial slurs, racial insults, partly because Walt Kowalski is pretty much an embodiment of Dirty Harry Callahan, and usually in films where there's racist slurs thrown around like this film, I do have reservations. But I tend not to in this case because, there is a reason for them there. I don't believe Walt is an out and outright bigot. Because it's like there's a line in the very first Dirty Harry film, which is, Harry Callahan's the ultimate egalitarian and he hates everyone equally. And I think that's kind of the case with Walt, because there isn't a single person in this film that doesn't get on the wrong side of Walt. He's very angry, very bitter towards the world. He has a go at the Catholic priest that's a young boy. And almost continuously, every opportunity he meets this priest, he belittles him in his faith. So yeah, he is very much I was reading on Internet Movie Database about the film and some trivia in relation to film, and one of the bits that didn't surprise me when I came across it was that whilst the film was being made in production, there was a rumour that this was the final instalment of the Harry Callahan series, because the two characters are so intertwined. And one of the selling points to this film is, when we live in a world which we do nowadays, which is, in my opinion, whilst I am an egalitarian, I don't like bigots, in a world where we are highly overly PC at times, my feelings on that separate aside, it's nice to see a film where it's not a PC related film, where they're not trying to avoid, they're not deliberately being inflammatory. There's a reason that the slurs that are there, that is part of Walt's character. And as I said, I don't think Walt is a bigot because he has a pop at everybody. So it's got some really cool scenes in it. There's like the barbershop scene in it where Walt's teaching the young Tao how to speak to people. how to be bond with men, I suppose. You know, banter. And you know, there's like the end scene is really cool. And you know, I'm 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 gonna say it's worth watching if you're okay, if you're comfortable with the subject matter. Bear in mind, you know, the story does have a lot of racial slurs in it. You know, Walt is quite embittered, but it does very much have that stereotypical, you know, taking a vulnerable group of people or a vulnerable person and teaching them how to be strong and give them confidence type film that you have with Dangerous Minds, Coach Carter, that sort of stuff. Only this isn't based in reality like those two films were. So I want to say 10 out of 10, but the problem is, like I say, you know, it does have certain racial bigoted overtones in the film, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It's, you know, and not to mention the fact that I don't really think whilst it is a good film, it's not really Clint Eastwood's best work as a director. I think he's done far better films. But it's not his worst. So I'm going with 9 out of 10 for this one. So yeah, I that's all for now.